Welcome. Feel horrible. I don't even know what to say. Welcome to another episode of Factorio Megabase. I'm Dune, and I'm your host, and hopefully we're not going to screw up anymore. Oh, man. So, to explain to everybody who's just joining, I've been streaming for close to an hour without any video, and I'm in the process of getting more Iron Mind, and I wanted to grab this patch here that's my main track crosses, but it's all the way at the southern end of the base, so it's a good time to get this mined up. So when eventually this is really part of more of the base, it's been taken care of. So thanks for stopping in, Zombie. You're like my loyalist fan. I really appreciate that. I need help. So, it's like I can't think of everything. Literally. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You certainly are. I'm probably going to want another diagonal. I can just use the diagonal track. Where is it? Here. Just do that. Cut that. Trains actually come into this section. So go cut that. Guess I need. Oh, this is messy. Messy. There we go, like that. And this needs to go like so. Is that right? Oh, it looks good. I don't know if it's good, but it looks good. Alright, we need to move you radar. Somewhere over the rainbow. So somewhere like right there will work. Don't change anything. Let me just get to rip all that up. Outpost is probably going to have to be kind of come from the left, curve back around. It's because this is an iron patch and I want to grab it. So this is at the far southwestern corner of my megabase. I've done this several times. Here's an example. I was able to move the track slightly to the side to get at this. Eventually, this track will be straightened once this is mined up. I had a situation like that somewhere in here at one point, and mined it up and track gets fixed. I used to. The reason why I have these bent tracks, one is I'd go around water, but two, I'd go around resources. It probably would have been better if I had made straight track all the way across, but that's okay. But I can mine this, and it adds to my fun. So right after that, we will do that intersection. Shift click that. Exactly. And until you go to get them, and then you just we could probably just get rid of that whole block. Not quite sure why these staying around. Unless it came from these guys, that's probably what happened. Yep. Those belong in there. Alright. Need a station. Actually, let's do this. And we'll do this. And we shall do this. Fine, be ugly. Do that, that, that. And that. That way, two trains can share all of this beautiful ore. Up there somewhere. Map saving. Copper patch. Just do this for the moment. this out of space. I think you're good. Yep. And let's see here. We need another robo port up here. If we can back it up a bit, let's do it that way. So someday we're going to want to sort of try to work and get the rest of that iron out of there. Kind of surprised we didn't get any power to start with. And likewise power here. And then some bots. I should have gotten that, yep, 8.9 million iron. So you joined me yesterday, sort of just as I ended, and I was mentioning earlier in the stream that I'd passed the 900% mark, which is really, including your original 100%, it's 1,000% mining productivity. It's a big milestone, I feel, because literally you can just add a 0 to everything now. So instead of 8.9 million, it's really 89 million. It's pretty cool. Missing something here. Something that's blinking at me. So these wood. Alright. Are these connected to that? Yes. Well, I did want to add a storage chest anyways here, so you guys can do that. Alright, so I need to name this thing. Iron ore 86. 86 S14 West. It's really right on the intersection, but that works. And I wanted to take one of these trains here, at least one of them. I'll just take that one. He's easiest to get to. Inventory full. I'll just delete that one. And we shall do the same thing to this guy. 86. Inventory full. And as soon as he pulls in, we'll delete the station. There we go. Because this no longer really can support 3 trains. So they look like they're going to make it without no pathing problems. Stop it, stop it, stop it. No, don't do that to me. You're going to do it anyways, aren't you? God, I hate it when logistic bots at an outpost take your trash items. Oh, look, my train can't get out. Do that. God, stop taking my stuff. click it and run once they finish taking it to the box. Actually, I'm outside the logistic area. I'm good. Run, run, run. No, they're not coming. More train going the long way because I'm in the way. All right. Makes for a really ugly intersection for the time being. This could really probably support 3 trains. So we might have to keep that in mind. And of course you want to push it so it gets mined as fast as possible. So earlier in the stream, also when I wasn't recording the game, I changed this output of the iron. It was coming out about here. I move this up here and an output down, so it kind of help alleviate the flowing out of trains, if that makes any sense. The average is on the rise, 26,000, so don't really need more ore trains. It's doing what we need to. There's no backup of pickup trains. This guy's just going to flow in and get some ore, or get some plate. This coal we were watching, is it empty? Not quite yet. I think this coal's really taking the show compared to this old one, but it's alright. This isn't like something I have to tear up tomorrow or today. Alrighty, a lot of wood. Kind of hard to see things with all those stations on there. So something I was also debating at the beginning of the stream is expanding science. I've caught up with green circuits. Green circuits was a major bottleneck. We're at 350,000 average up here, which is awesome. That's 350,000 times 6. Anybody want to do the math on that? That's quite a bit. And red circuits, we're at 300,000 average, so that's times 4, 1.2 million red circuits sitting there. And blue chips at 420,000, so almost a million blue chips. So we've caught up on production. Iron, we've just rebuilt the iron in the north and south. In the north, we're at 265,000 average, so that's a big plus. It's a really huge plus, honestly. That's And I expect the south is now on the way to recovery with good 8 outposts to mine, or to forge. We were at 5 in a row, and we're at 2 by 4, so almost double the production, or at least capability of double the production. So I really ought to be starting to think maybe creating a space science outpost. And for that, I'm probably going to need to start collecting rocket fuel onto a train. Got this huge rocket fuel facility. This is old. It could be ripped up. This is the old way I was making rocket fuel. The problem is not all the solid fuel was getting all the way to the end. So I switched to a direct insertion method where it takes the light oil and the petroleum, direct inserts into, or well, it's putting it into a chem plant, which then basically direct inserts into an assembler. We're only taking 50, but into a chest that allows room to put beacons in between. Not quite sure if this facility is up to the task of doubling my rocket fuel, or really doubling science. We don't have to go double science to start with. We could ramp it up. This is consuming 1.8 thousand pots a minute. So probably, gosh, somebody ever made an outpost for just rockets? It's not going to be like my normal ones. I mean, it kind of could be. It could be like a red science. It would have 3 inputs, and then I would just put, say rockets in the middle of all this. Just have speed beacons on the outside. I say we examine that. Where would be a good place to play with that? I was imagining maybe more the new space, or not space, but research park would be here. It's kind of in the middle of all my science outposts. So space science doesn't really need anything in particular. Doesn't need water, doesn't need anything. Everything's just shipped to it. And I'm going to need a number of rockets. Silos. Let's get the production of those going. Where are they? Is this it? No, that's artillery. Here they are. So we're only making 1. Oh, let's set this to... Oh, it's a lot, but 10. Oh no, enable condition less than 10. Got 2. It's actually kind of expensive. Electric engines. I don't think we're making electric engines here anymore. I might have to go get some. Yeah, we only have 600 or so. And to make 10 of these, we're going to need 2,000. And our electric engine facility. We actually have like 2,000 per chest. We have 97,000, so really not much. So it's probably just one chest or one train car full we need. Probably grab 2. So let's see. We can do that there, I suppose. Let's go to electric engines. Load. Circuit condition, go. Oh, don't want the rocket fuel in there. Come on, let me take that. I think there's only a whole, like, 2,000 each. These really shouldn't be at 2,000. Should be at 167, I believe. 2,000 divided by 12. Yeah, 167. And 6, 7. My old style was to, oops, where did I set it? Yeah, that's it. Was to max these things out. Really, you just want enough to fill up one train once. Alright, let's go and load that. Kind of neat to be able to just go grab a whole 4,000 of them, bam. So when it shows I have 97,000, that's actually not the full total. It's only the amount in these chests. It's not adding everything in the network. There's 219,000 in the network, plus the amount in the chest of another 97,000. So over 300,000 electric engines sitting there. So how are we doing? Actually, that's been a while since I backed up my train. I'll do that. We have only 2 made, so what are we missing? Plate, which we're almost done. Changing that to a stack inserter. And add another 1 arm. Almost up to 12,000 rockets, and we're about to crank that up. So iron ore for cement. Have a bunch in storage. So you see, really don't have a big iron patch anymore in my main section of my base. That's all I use for cement. Yeah, we're going to have to hold off on that a little bit, and it's going to take a while. Build approximately 10 rocket silos. So it might be a couple episodes before we do a space science expansion. Showing 9. Yeah, these are all green. Okay, 9 ore trains. Now 7, now 6. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think these all should be green. They're fluctuating as trains leave the stacker for spawn. And then, of course, trains leaving outposts. Yeah, it's a pretty good system. Alright, so what to do in the meantime? I could start constructing the new science area. Maybe make a space science collection train. I don't know. It's these guys. Probably my biggest concern. These trains can only hold like 400, or not a lot. Because both rocket control units and low density structures only stacked at 10, so each car can only hold 200. Well, I have enough silos, I suppose, to at least begin constructing it. In fact, I got 4 of them. It's definitely enough to start. So where's a good spot? Obviously, somewhere near where we're going to actually do the production, or the science labs. This might not be a bad spot. Let's see, rocket control units on low density structures are way over here. Probably end up moving this at some point. I was just running out of areas to put. If I move this over to where low density structures are, and then I put rocket here. That doesn't leave any room for expansion if I kind of do that. But rocket fuel's like way over here. This isn't really used for anything. This is just mining outposts. So maybe I do rockets here. Or, yeah. Space science is what I'm thinking. That can be pulled up. An outpost like this. It's really actually pretty compact. Big parts off to the right. T right there. So what is this? S1, 2E. Now we're going to need actually some parts. Can't just put that down. Let's grab my red science, or red circuit blueprint. It's not going to be exact. It'll give us a ballpark to go with. We'll start with our whatever these things are called. Logistic robots. Sometimes my brain just says, no, I'm not thinking right now. Not giving you that name. Beacons. 140. Probably won't need nearly as many inserters. But whatever we don't use, we can bring back. don't need 400 productivity modules. 200's plenty, especially for the moment. Probably don't need a whole ton of chests either, but we'll take 150-ish. Come on, give me 4 more poles, guys. Jeez. Oh, we are going to need a whole... Oh, we do have a track train. I always forget about that. Don't need any assemblers. We're doing rocket silos, not assembling. Need a few train stations though. Let's sort of eyeball my current situation and see what we're going to need. Probably not going to do lights. We're just going to make as much as we can. Don't really see anything. Okay. Let's just do that. We need to back up. Grab that. Disable this, put that down, copy into there, and turn it back up. Where are we going now? This one to east. This one to east. Yeah, definitely a little ugly. But don't have to. We're not playing Pretty-torio, we're playing Factorio. Spaghetti's our name of the game. Or the dish of the game. Dish, I don't know. exactly how do we want to do this? I'm so glad that train didn't hit me. Man, it's like right behind me. I'm kind of right here. It's not ideal, but this is all mining, so it's all coming up at some point. And then if we're doing kind of like this guy, we need a stacker. Something like that. Just enough to get our train in there. Stop blocking the road. And something like so. I don't know. Is it going to be big enough? Oops. Not even close. No, no, no. We're going to need to move these. Wow, this is huge. Something down like that. All right. And just cause, let's not use that one. Let's use my new red circuit build. It's just a little prettier, even though we're not going to use that, of course. Well, maybe we would someday, but... So I even need a little more room. I hope we brought some landfill. Definitely gonna need some more track. Running out of that. Let's go auto save. Like that. This is huge. A little closer, but that's enough. far. Not going to want this stuff in the middle. So you would not even do the power poles at the moment. Switch power armor. Just getting a rough idea. Let's stick down some rockets. These don't rotate? I did not know that. That's... I definitely wanted to be able to rotate them. Because like this, they don't fit. Or they fit, but they're not covered by each set of beacons. Now, of course, you can move the beacons closer. But I'm going to change my location so I can do it horizontally. It's definitely inconvenient. I need to take those trees down. I need to put some track back in there. I'm guessing the reason they don't rotate is because the rocket graphics. It is making it a little difficult. Could go for something like that. It's a little more out of the way. Here we go with my first idea was here. Alright, that's what we'll do. what's this? S23. S23. Oh, and I pulled up a radar that was in there. Let's see if I can kind of get that back. I suppose I should eyeball where that went. It's probably like right there where that power pole is. Better. Still kind of blocking the intersection. It's that outpost really needs to be moved. The train is 5 cars long. Okay, so this should be. You don't really have any bots, do you? Weird. You should have. Well, let's give you a bunch, except I don't have any. Why you don't have any logistic bots? I have some on my train you can borrow. drop those rocket salads off. I don't need them. Is this blocking? I don't know. Should be. So we move you down to, say, the end of your line there. You have to probably be somewhere in this vicinity. Oh, look at this. It should not be on the main track like that. S24E will work. Oops, come back here, armor. And power. Got a power. Oh, you. All right. Let me check. Are all four of these full? Not quite. Kind of a mixed bag of stuff. I'm going to call this outpost S24E. 2-4E, good condition. Move this down to the bottom. Come on. I've been needing an excuse to move this artillery outpost. All right. So we need, I call my artillery outpost light. It doesn't have a whole ton of turrets around it. I mean, laser turrets. So it's already protected by other laser turrets. One of these guys. And then we will need to be able to pull forward. A whole bunch more stuff to unload. Technically, we don't need to unload laser turrets. Let's disable those. Or walls. Probably don't even need repair tools, but we'll let that happen. Well, let's first do these guys first. I got enough space to get in there. See where we bump. It's actually kind of perfect. Let's get some power in there. Take that laser turret. And take those. Put that in there. This artillery outpost needs a name. This really needs a waypoint of some kind. So what would it be? S2 for east. S2 for east. Circuit condition. Change that to circuit condition. What? Oh, is that the one I'm in? Aren't you guys getting loaded up? No bots. No bots, and I didn't bring any bots. I need a logistic bot to get that started. So I'll pull you up. And you don't have any bots. You have a construction bot, but no. Of course, we can drop one of you in there. All right. We can send you back to there. Is artillery out supply not giving logistic bots anymore? Well, there's logistic bots. Just not sure why that one outpost didn't have any. So we still need some more of these guys. Really? I have no idea I still had so many in there. That's kind of a bother. I guess we need those still. Make sure I have some stone bridge. So I want to build in waypoints before this intersection. Stop. Pull out my stone track book. That's why I never did it. Because even though the mod, shoot, I don't want to pick up fish. The mod lets you, well, you know what? I do have a lot of landfill. Let's put that down. Oops, I didn't go down. Oh. We really don't need. Could do something like that. It's kind of weird looking, but I did that in the right spot. So what was I calling this? S2 for, but in this case, north. Underscore S2 for north. And it turns out all this track I pulled up still needs anything back there. Thought I was done with this. Let's give you guys some logistic bots to get going here. Kind of weird how these spiders are lined up in the wall. Funky. So, Zombie, you were asking me if my UPS would improve if I removed all the biters. I tested that and it didn't help at all. So I don't know why it made any difference, or why it didn't make any difference. Actually, that's probably not a great idea. Because of the storage chest at the other artillery spot. I'll just take them from me. You really didn't need to. Oh, yeah, that's right. There were a ton of. Where are you guys going? Oh, God, I hate going schmacking. Alright, well, this should be done now. Choose the dark guy. Alright. It has moved. Putt. Armor's only got 2 reactors. Doesn't fill back up very fastly. I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in a couple minutes. Alright, laundry's updated. Updated is probably not the right word. In the machine. Headphones back on. We're going to build this outpost. At least have a look at building it. New Space Science Outpost. Don't need that blueprint. Don't really need this one, but you gotta copy something before you delete it. And we need a T intersection. Wrong direction. There we go. Take that, yes. Gonna take that? No. Just stick that there. You know, a lot more space to play with here, which is good. A lot of space to play with for space. That's funny. Stecca. Mr. Stecca. And the game pauses. I can't move, I can't move. Switch armor before I lose all my walking speed with that armor. Let's get rid of let's get rid of all these fish. Oh, but this armor has no walking speed whatsoever. Alright, rebuild this. It goes out quite a ways. Hopefully I don't have to cover that water. It's something like so. Oh, forgot. Oh, forgot. Need to remove all this stuff in the middle. Including power poles. Looks like we need some more track. You know, this armor has 4 reactors. It just can't keep up with all these bots. Reactors and 4 roboports. All right. This track's all going to be wrong. Let's pick up some of this. not what we want. Don't really want that. Don't want these power poles. Don't want those power poles. Trees. Okay. Get these powered up a little bit. Where's my train? Switch back to the other armor now. I think it'll be okay. Shoot. So, train coming this way. There's one busy intersection now. Oops. Wait. All right, we want these things. Oh, they still don't fit? I guess I didn't realize they were exact same size, side to side. Oh well. We will go. So you start halfway. I'm gonna want substations to power this. Hopefully that's the middle. And don't need all that, at least at the moment. But not terribly hurting either. let's just do something like so. Leave room for expansion. Pull these guys up so they don't consume power if they get placed. Alright. Beacons, speed modules. Okay, so supply would be 3 of these guys. Need a whole lot more provider chests. Take a stack of requester chests. I think this should be sufficient. This is not going to be. This will be space science. Output 0. Output space science. And we can output space science. Okay. Need some more roboports. And power poles. Construction speed is 7. We're definitely going to want that. So that will cut construction speed by a fraction. Supplying them. So we do something like so. Each of these stacks by 10, so 100. Don't have any inserters. Figured if I didn't have any, it was possible I needed to put down a bunch. And then don't really have a whole lot of provider chests. Will that be sufficient? LDSs. And rocket fuel. And then copy that to each of these. Do we have more provider chests? Kind of shocking that I didn't bring enough of those. Oh well. Can I handcraft any? Yes. Just make a whole ton of them, though we probably don't need them. Yep, that's enough. Okay, so technically speaking, of course, we could put more beacons maybe on the sides, but maybe separate them by an extra space. Put them down the middle. What? I've not had that sound in forever. Whoa. Oh, cool. I never get that sound. And I mean, that's probably the first time in maybe 150, 200 hours of playing the game. That's because of the new artillery outposts we put in. It's causing some aggro. Anyways, so we could get the train, 2 of the 3 trains. It's not the best looking block. Really have no idea how efficient this is going to be, how much science this outpost can make per minute, considering I only had 4 science rocket silos in there. Though I imagine with all those beacons, we really don't need all these, do we? There's only going to be 1 train coming out of here at a time. It seems like we could connect these closer, but ideally we're going to have maybe 1 more on each, so 6 up per side, maybe 8. Room for more stacker space if need be. Let's put a chain signal before a stacker. elementary. You're gonna have to got a little bit more work to do before that can be something. Do need a couple more items though. This will be SS station. Assuming there is no SS. I don't know what SS would be if it's already taken. Nope. For a space science station. Bots. Should be 950. We had to steal 50 earlier, so let's see. Need a couple of those. Actually need some power. That set everything equals 0 and change this to train fuel unload. All right. Probably need a radar or something in here. Took one out at the outpost. So let's stick one over here. Need track. And then this one should be way over here somewhere. Here, I think. Trying to tell my character might be making it difficult. The fuel train just dropped off fuel. We stuff. Let's do add space science. Whoops. Station, circuit condition. Let's also set up some of this. So let's load. Don't want this. I want those stations disabled. There's only one of them. All right. So they're all equal, right? There's 10 of each. It really doesn't matter. So space science build. What am I needing this? Yep, dude. Yep. Been working on it. Switching over to robotic mining. It's helped a little bit. LDS unload. And rocket control unit unload. And rocket fuel unload. Alright, that's all set. Well, when you got 300 plus trains running around the board, I mean, here's the big old map. It's kind of difficult to have good UPS in this. Thanks. Drop that off, and then, whoa, scrolled. Forgot I was zoomed already out. We need to add a loading station for rocket fuel, and then we can test that out. That we can get 2 of the trains going. Put another blue circuit train on this. Rocket control units are 1-to-1. Speed modules to processing units, so it's not bad. We're almost at the 12,000 rocket mark. Got 2 launching right now. Actually, I kind of want to watch those tick up since they hit space. We'll be at 12,000. And there we are. see. The last save game playtime was 372 hours. Alright, so let's launch 2 trains. Yeah, I'm no expert on that benchmark. This is my biggest one for sure. So, rocket control unit, load, inventory full, space science, rocket control unit, inventory empty. Can you guys bring me some cars? Low density structure. Full. And space science, low density, unload. Alright, so we just need rockets. Rocket control, rocket fuel. Do I have enough cars? Yes. I'll take half a stack of stations. Where's the appropriate place? This isn't going to be pretty, I know that. Probably get rid of this. I don't really need it anymore. Let's just pots will come do that. They, oh no, they did. Alrighty, so rocket fuel station. That's not where I wanted to go anyways. Did I add that? It's probably already in my list, but yeah. That means we can put it in right here. We can use 3 of those to load up with. Actually work rather well. assuming can keep up with it, the demand. To left. Belts aren't optional, or let's remove it up. Not the best option, but since it's already done on belts. Oops. All right. Probably should use some sort of stacker. Not really a lot of space for a stacker. Not really. Can do a horizontal stacker. Not really room for one of them either. Change signal before the stacker. Yeah, we'll just leave these at change signals. Yeah, look at that. Oh, let's put a major strain on this system. I was curious if it would keep up. It's definitely a challenge. We might have to go another route. We got plenty of light oil. Let's check the end of the pipes here. Just these machines are so freaking slow. Well, for now, we can do that. Is that full? 1.6K? Oh yes, I stacked a 10. So that's actually not bad. 4 of these to 10. Be enough to fill 2 rows, would fill 2 trains. Be enough. All right. I'll put a dent on my rocket fuel in here, but I have a lot of reserve. Plus, oh no, I don't make rocket fuel outpost. That's right. That's why I'm building this. So space science ought to be doing some work here. Didn't set up some things. There, I forgot forgot to set the chest, accept space science. Set to red circuits currently, and this train has no way out. No pathing. I think that's an issue mostly because I have the rocket fuel train. Not rocket fuel, the train fuel train coming and going. The other trains have come and go. So I'm thinking it's this track here. Because it crosses, somehow it's getting confused. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more. Where's my train going? Here we go. See, he has no problem getting out. I'm thinking it's... For some reason it's this. If I were to give this guy that, would we be able to go? Oops, that's not an exit anyways. Rebuilding it didn't help. Actually, that's not what I was doing. Alright, let's see if I do that. Make those guys share. That wouldn't help. Why are you still no pathing? Could be that that's not the problem, it's actually into the station. Rocket fuel station. And it totally is. I designed it as an exit, not an entrance. So this is all fine. this rocket fuel come all the way across and over. And after it loads, go to S13 north. Time passed. That way it doesn't kind of like weave through here. Comes straight down and then across. So it comes out there, comes all the way straight down, and then across to its station outpost. And then move back. Rocket control unit. It's probably fine whichever way it decides to go. It'd probably be easier. Yeah, after it unloads, let's send it to S13E. This one. And then after it loads up, it can come this way and over. Doesn't matter, one of these it's going to have to make a hard, well, if it came this way it'd be two hard lefts. Comes this way it'd be a right and a left. So it probably should, after there, it should go to S22W. Actually, that's the way it's going anyway, so let's just leave that part of it alone. Am I at the station? Okay. I don't know why I did this. It should have been like that. And should have been like that. Set. I'm thinking the way we have this right now, these three trains aren't going to keep up even with this, so... Oh, I didn't go to Space Station. Well, I did, but I didn't fix those chests. Again. is it going out that way? Oh, that's right. It's because that one's right here. Space science stacks to like 1,000, right? So, to fill a train, God, that'd be freaking a huge amount. 40,000 per car? So 40,000 divided by 12. So that's 3,333 per chest. 3,334. And for some reason I still have that in my blueprint. Oh my goodness. Is that right? Let's check out red circuits. Yeah, like this is in the wrong spot. See, that inserter doesn't have a chest on it, and that chest has a pole in front of it. That was something that cropped up a while ago. I thought I'd gotten that fixed. So do we even have one rocket launched out of this? I think we're going to need a better rocket fuel outpost. Probably 2 trains. I don't know. This is a test. Definitely something to work on, but I'm 3 hours into this stream. I'm going to call it, and welcome to watch for a little bit. Actually, it's less than 3 hours and some, because about 40 minutes of it was without video, so I'm going to have to cut that out. It's just audio, and get that re-uploaded. Oh, number 68. This guy up here, is he finally empty? He is. And we'll send him to unload. And we'll work on that soon. We're not going to do it tonight. It's not right now. Take a break, get some food. Not sure if I'm going to come back and do Assassin's Creed like I did last night, or do something else like some TV reruns or something. So anyways, once again, thanks for watching. I'm Dune, and this has been another episode of Factorio Megabase. We're over 12,000 rockets now, so that's pretty fantastic. We're over also 1,000 productivity. As soon as the autosave finishes, I'll show you. It's 910 plus the original 100. So that's just fantastic in my opinion. It means there's like an extra 10 times everything. Even oil pump jacks are just pumping like crazy. It doesn't show, like you zoom in on my original, it still shows 3.9, but you click on a pump jack, you just see the extra production just going crazy. And you'll be surprised like how much refinery action I've got going. Just cranking through oil like crazy. Up here this petroleum outpost using a ton. Right now it's kind of backed up because 2 wasn't enough, but 3 is. So we got 300, almost 400K petroleum in each of these. That was a petroleum train leaving. I kind of got a huge petroleum, crude outpost now up here. Reminds me, I also need to fix. Was it there? No, it's here. It's not horrible. The fighters stop attacking once this artillery stops shooting, so it's probably perfectly fine until we expand the base even past these southern boundaries. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy this game. Just a lot of time spent in it, though. It's pretty neat. Look at all that. Anyways, once again, I'm Dune, and I'm signing off. Check you later.